Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Universus Academy podcast. I am your host, Matt Childress, and with me is my amazing and lovely co-host, Mr.
Oh,
Chris Smith.
lovely. Oh
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
I'm definitely not as handsome as you, but I will take lovely. I will definitely take lovely. How you doing today, Matt?
I'm
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Uh, After working out of state for a week, I'm glad to be home. So it's been very nice.
Yeah,
So
man. I'm 1 week closer to summer break. Like they said
heck
last
yeah,
time.
let's
Like we're
go.
counting down the days. We're at around about 14, 15 more days left. So
I
we're,
mean, you can
it's
skip like 13 through 2, right? Then just
Yeah, so here's the thing.
right
I
in
got I
summer.
got one personal day coming up, so really I'm at like
Yeah,
one less than everyone else. And the last
nice.
3 days are half days of sorts, like early dismissal days. So we
Mm,
really only got like maybe 8 or 9 full days left. So we're
sure.
feeling good. We're feeling good, man. We're getting close to summer.
Nice. Fantastic. Um, Speaking of like personal days, I'm taking vacation the week of the RLE in Kansas City in a few weeks, so that's
Ooh,
kind of cool. So yeah, I'm
that will be
glad. I'm
fun.
happy for that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be good.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I desperately want to find a way to make it to another like in person RLE kind of level event.
Hmm.
And this season's just been terrible for me as far as when the
Yeah.
events are and when I have life things going on. Right. Like,
Hmm.
and I know we've talked about it before, so I'm not gonna continue to play my saddest violin here. But I definitely like. I want to see if I can try to make something happen for either the online one or for Pasadena, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
honestly, like I wouldn't mind. Like I like the cremation promo. I wouldn't mind trying to get
Hmm.
4 of it just to have 4. That's the entry one.
Yeah.
I don't really even do well. I just got to play it enough.
Gotta
But
play. Yep. Just gotta
so
play. Yep.
we'll see.
Yeah. My
Probably won't
goal is
happen.
to. I would love to get 4 of the Toga ones, so top 64, because that's the one I want. Because I
Yeah,
actually play Toga too, so
yeah.
I would like to have 4 of that. So um, I have a good shot. I got one from the Oceanic one. My buddy Kyle, who top aided Florida with
Hmm.
Death Arms, has one to trade me
Cool.
for a sealed XSR held hostage. I'm like, he likes to collect sealed XRs, so I'm like, Kyle. He's like, Chris. And I'm like, eh. He's like, okay. And it's all
All
good.
right.
So that trade's already sealed and done. And I don't care about like I trade on want. I don't trade on value a lot. So
Sure.
like, I'm just like, it's between two friends. I'm like, I'm helping you out. He's helping me out. I
Right.
don't
Right.
really
Right.
care, whatever. And then then there's Kansas City. So all I got to do is either top 64 or wall prize it.
Right.
And then I'm signed up for the online one, and I don't know if I'm going to play or not, but
Sure.
I have not decided if I'm playing in that or not. But I am signed up for it already, so
Yeah.
I will get my 4 cremations at least. So if you need cremations, I may be your guy.
All
I
right.
may
All
be your
right.
guy, Matt. I
I,
may
I
be your
I
guy.
appreciate that. Do you know if they're still taking like there's still spots for the online one, right?
I think so. I
Okay.
don't think it. I think that one's at like that one has the full cap of 256,
Okay.
I believe,
What about
or more.
Pasadena?
Don't know. I haven't
Okay.
looked
I
because
haven't
want to
either.
know why something funny? I've mentioned this to Jasco.
Yeah.
Past May 6th, you can't see any future events. If you
Right.
search for events you've signed up for,
Uh-huh.
you can't find them. Like
Oh,
they do not
cool.
come up underneath your own events. You could
Okay.
search for events and find them, but if you sign up for them and you look underneath the My Events
Sure, it's
tab
just
where
some
you
bug about your events.
yeah,
Yeah.
about
Huh.
events, yeah. I don't know if it's about my events personally
No, no,
or
no.
if
It's
it's
probably everyone.
everybody.
Yeah. I
It's
don't think they
probably
I don't think they
everybody's
specifically
events.
targeted, "Hey, Chris Smith,
Oh,
you don't get to know when you're
well, we
going to
don't want
events
that
anymore."
guy. I
Nah,
don't
that
know.
guy, if he shows up, okay, but
We don't
we're
want that
trying to
guy.
cut back
You
on the
know,
amount of Chris Smiths we have at these events.
I
Oh.
mean, I don't blame him. But
Uh,
anywho, but no, but you can't find them. But I think they still have spots. I imagine
yeah.
Pasadena still has spots because I have a feeling that may have a that might be the lowest RLE season one, to be
Yeah, I
honest
feel
with you.
like
So
as a venue, like I got to cast that one last year, right?
yeah.
And
Hmm.
it's really cool. Like I never
Oh, yeah, it
been to
was good.
California, never been to
Yeah,
Pasadena.
yeah.
I know you came out, you got to play.
I was
And
born
like,
there, by the way. But yeah, it's
oh,
cool.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cool area and it was a cool venue.
Hmm.
But man, it is not easy to get to. Like even if you fly into like LAX or whatever, it's a hike to get there.
Yeah, it's still like a
And
30 or 40-minute Uber. Yeah.
yeah, and then even once you're there, like I don't know. I mean, like I'm sure if you live there, you know all the ins and outs of it. It's not that big a deal, and I'm sure there's people in the
Yeah.
community that live there that would be glad to host people or whatever, so you can be a little bit closer. But um, Yeah, like it was really cool. The hotel we stayed at was right
Right
beside the
next to
venue.
it.
Yeah, so like I literally
That was
woke up and got
cool.
to walk over,
Yeah.
so that was sweet.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting to me that we don't have information about season two still
Too
as of
yet.
recording.
I have mentioned that multiple times in the Discord, and I don't know if it's more of a. Well, we know Gen Con is the first event of season two. They've already they did that in the
Really?
roadmap video. Yeah, that's the road. The roadmap video said that's the first RLE of season two is Gen Con.
Wait, so
That is,
does that mean we're gonna have a break through July? There's just not gonna be an RLE?
we have a set release, my friend. So that's probably why.
Well,
Yeah,
no, the set's
there's a
coming
break.
out in at the end of
June,
June.
at the end of June, June, July, and then Gen Con is the first weekend in August, which is we have a full month. So maybe we have release events, sealed events, let people get their
All right,
cards,
so
X and Y. Like again, we're all prognostic, we're all guessing and
but
just
so here's the
assuming.
thing though.
So
Here's why that timeline doesn't jive with me. This is my
yeah.
concern. So season one was
Hmm.
4 months, February through June.
Yes.
So then it should be season two. It should be July 7
Yep.
through November 11.
November.
That's 4 months, and that
Yep.
perfectly times out with when you had Nats last time, and people getting the
Yep.
opportunity to get invites. So if you
Yep.
wait until August,
Yep.
you're skipping a month. So is season two going to be 3 months and be
I
shorter?
think it's I think it's 3 months because I think
That's gonna
championship month is going to be November.
suck.
I think championship month is going to be November to December, and I think we're gonna have the early in January again. I
Sure,
think.
like all that stuff checks out with the
Yeah,
timeline from
that
before,
checks out.
but
Yeah, yeah,
but like at that point, all right. So you're talking about basically there's December and January that unless you're playing in Worlds, you've gotten your invite to
yep,
Worlds to the HLC, then you're
yep.
not. There's no competitive events outside of locals, right?
Oh yeah, that was the issue last
Um,
year too.
but then you're also adding in another random month in the middle of the year, and I get that's only 3 months out of 12, right?
Well, maybe they do an online RLE in that month, but like,
Yeah,
again, we have no idea because we have no information,
yeah.
and
So
that's
like, I hope
like,
we're wrong. Is what I'm getting at. I hope
yeah,
we are wrong, and I hope that in July there is an
yeah,
RLE for people to play in and travel to. That is the beginning of season two, whether it's online or some other venue besides Gen Con. Gen
yeah.
Con's awesome. I loved it. It was great last year.
Hmm.
But like, if you're telling me I gotta wait until like what mid of August or so, I think it was like second,
No,
third week of August.
it's the first weekend in August this
Oh,
year.
it's the first weekend this year. Okay, that's
Oh yeah,
cool.
it's the very first weekend in August. Yeah.
But man, I don't know. That just
Yeah.
feels bad.
Because you got to think though, to be honest with you, set 5 comes out the end of June,
Yep.
right? So it's not legal for it's not legal for 2 weeks.
Sure.
If they keep to that, because all the promos have been legal on release, so I don't know if set 5 is going to be legal on release or
Hmm.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if we have 2 weeks, we're still waiting on. So your first event with set 5 legal, because they're going to want set 5 legal,
Yeah.
would be 2 weeks into July. So I could see maybe an online RLE
Yeah.
more than an in-person RLE. I could see
Sure. And
that.
then like 2 weeks after that, you have Gen Con kind of going
You
on
have
or
Gen
something like
Con
that.
as
Two,
your
three
first
weeks.
in-person
Yeah,
event.
I can
Yeah.
see that. That could be cool.
But also, we didn't get, because we were talking about this in the Discord this morning because
Mhm.
about Nats. We didn't find out about Nats until the day until August 31st. That's when we found out when and where it was going to be. two
Last year.
months, roughly 2 months.
Yeah.
Two. It was like 10
2.5
weeks.
months. Yeah.
2.5 months before we knew what Nats was. So a lot of people are thinking that's going to happen again. We won't find out until 2.5 months beforehand, which
Man.
kind of sucks because I don't think I can. My case, I don't think I'm going to be able to go with that shorter notice again because
Sure.
vacations are set, and unless it's the third week, unless it's the weekend before Thanksgiving, Fiasco make it the weekend before
I
Thanksgiving.
don't think
And
I don't think we've done an episode all year that you haven't
yeah,
plugged that.
yeah, I know. So like, and same thing with the 7 hand size Marco as Robert. Yes, please. Or yeah, she can be just Cole Con too.
Uh-huh.
But anywho, if it's that third weekend, I think it has to be the third week, like the week before Thanksgiving,
Uh-huh.
because you can't have it like December events usually don't do too well.
Right.
So, and that's probably not going to happen. They'll probably have some online provision, online stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's no online or Nats. So maybe we'll do a holiday tournament. I could see them doing something like that. Maybe some Christmas promos. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I do think it would be cool if they
Yeah.
do something throughout December, even if it's just at the
Mm-hmm.
local level, like your store
Yeah.
provisional championships, like go ahead and get that rolling early, or maybe it's some other
Mm-hmm.
type of store level event. Like I think that would just be cool. Get people still to
Yeah.
want to play,
Well, I mean, don't they have like Christmas art or something in the show? Like, there's
Yeah,
something
there's a
they could
Christmas
use,
episode or
right?
two.
There's a
Yeah.
Christmas episode or two. Make some Christmas promos of some character art.
Yeah,
Like,
that could be
have
cool.
some alt art characters of like like
Just give
Momo
us more
One,
alt arts.
Todoroki.
Give
Some
us.
alt art,
I
baby.
want all the
Yeah,
alt arts.
I want the alt arts.
Yeah.
I would like seriously like if you give me like a Winter Wonderland like Rising Starlit,
You mean they're gonna release
Restless
the
Sound.
promo set of Magical Christmas Dreamland?
Oh, dude, they're gonna stamp UA right on it. They already do. So they're like, our logo's already on all the cards most
Yeah.
of the time, anyways. So
Got
it's
'em.
okay. Got 'em. Boom.
But yeah.
Where's our
So,
Matt Jasco? So.
so yeah, it's pretty. I don't know. Like I want to know more about season 2,
Yes, I think
competitive
that's
play,
what it boils
and I
down
think
to.
it has to be coming soon. Like I know we keep saying that, but like,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
long can you possibly wait? Like you can't wait until all the events are done, right? Like
Yeah,
like people got to make
'Cause I think,
plans, and we had the information for season 1 a good 2 months before the season started or something. Like
yeah,
I feel like
I think Andrew Holder said that we're coming up on like the same time period we were last year, where we were waiting on. Well, we haven't heard anything about season 2 and 3 yet.
Right.
And, we're in that same time frame, and we're all just like, well, we're sitting here twiddling our thumbs
yeah.
because with season 2, we're talking about it, season 5, which gives us the greatest segue ever. We have season 5 previews happening as we speak, as of recording, and people are super hyped for all this stuff. And well, when do we get to play with them? What major events are coming out? Like, I think that would be something like with the set 5 release, like after preview season's done, I think that's when you hit us with all the
Okay,
this is
I can
when
see
it's
that.
happening. These are all your RLEs. This is your Nats. This is when, like HLC, I'm pretty sure it's in January again. It just makes more sense to do it in January
Sure.
because December is just a cluster. So, and it was a perfect time actually, because then, yeah, you had like 2 months of dead time, but then you can just do your Wednesday weeklies for your winter promos. Like, come on, Jasco, do alt arts, winter promos, alt arts
Yeah.
again.
All right,
Free money.
all right. So, how many events do you think we end up with in season 2? Then you think it's going to be like the one a month kind of RLEs again?
I think we'll have 4 RLEs. I think we'll have 3 in-persons, and then like east,
One-on-one.
west, mid, and then we'll have we'll do that. We'll have one online. I think there'll be 4, and then an oceanic one that everyone will play in again.
Yeah,
You know,
because why wouldn't we?
because why not? It's
Yeah,
free promo.
sure.
Promos.
Promos.
Promos are
Yeah,
great.
and so I really do like the alt art promos being a thing. I didn't love that I only got like 2 for playing.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
at the same time, there's only like 4 or 5 total ones, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
that's a really small concern or complaint. I feel like
Yeah.
even when I
Well,
looked
the price,
online
price
recently.
is also cheaper. in
Yeah, I was about to say I looked
theory.
online and like the
Yeah.
cremations are like $15 or something like that.
Well,
right?
I'm saying overall the entry for the event's only 30 opposed to
True.
50
True.
that you had to do to get the playmat. So it's actually cheaper. But again, I'm always been harping, get rid of the playmat, give us more promos, Jesco.
Yeah.
So,
But like and like to my point is like the secondary market for these seems to be more reasonable, even though like you're getting fewer of them. There's also fewer total ones, so everyone just kind of has them. So they individually, like the cremation and the Twice Foundation. I'm forgetting the name.
Yeah,
like both of those are the ones that you
something
just kind of get for playing, right? So
yeah.
given those, like those 2 are like $20 or less each, and that's a very manageable number. If those are your favorite characters or you just think they look good, you can catch those, no problem. It's just the others go up very quickly.
Yeah, the Toga one's over like $60, maybe more last I looked.
Dude, you know what has crazy secondary market value right now?
What?
Those extra credit promos, like the sealed event.
Oh
promos.
yeah, yeah.
Like-
Those have been crazy. Yeah, those have been crazy for a while.
But like,
yeah.
I like
That's nuts.
like the series 2 ones or whatever. You can't find one for under $40, and I don't know why.
I bought an enamored for $35 off someone's ship.
You
so.
found one.
Found
but like,
one.
but
Yep.
like, but that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I don't get it. Like they're cool. Like, whatever. They're not like insane art. It's just the character sitting down. But
Yeah.
and I get that it's alt art of some really good cards like that. That I'm all for, but like
Hmm.
it just amazes me. I'm like, these are sealed event entry cards. Like, are there just not enough of these in circulation?
I think that's what it is because a lot of people just don't want to play sealed because sealed set 4 kind of sucks.
Oh, okay.
Because it's muscular or bust for the most part,
Mm,
and it's not a fun format to play in.
mm.
Um, I know of a lot. I know of some stores doing sealed set 1 or sealed set 2 or sealed set 3 and doing
Yeah,
it and having a lot of fun. Or they've done like a chaos sealed where you get like a couple packs of each set, and
yeah,
that's where you make it. And you play with what you got. And nothing's banned and all that. So if you pull an unwavering slash or a
sure.
coordinated effort, you get to play it. Which
To
is
me,
kind of
it's
cool.
just
You
the
know.
like I don't know, like I just feel like, and I haven't started doing it at our locals, but I've definitely been pitching the idea of just doing sealed play instead.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like let's get these promos, and it's not because I want to resell them. It's just because like they're hard to find. Like
Yeah,
you
you
can't
want
find
those
them.
high value targets for your Deku deck. I know that.
I do want.
Yeah.
All right, so I want Forcing Surrenders the most because
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
Bakugo stan. So
Sure.
I have all of his other like alt arts and things like that, or XRs.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get those, but I wouldn't mind having high value targets. Honestly, like if I was gonna pick one mechanically that I just
Determined.
want, it's Determined. Yeah.
Determined.
And
Yeah.
that's just because I'm
Determined sick.
also
Yeah.
an All Might stan.
Yeah.
Little boy,
Oh,
dude.
the collector in me wants one of each, but
Hmm.
4 of the Toga promos. So
Yeah,
that's
I
just
get
that's
that.
what yeah.
Um,
So
yeah. So I don't know, man. It's I think those are really interesting. We kind of went off on a tangent. I'm sorry.
yeah.
So all that to
Yeah.
say, let's get back around to talking about. We were talking about the RLE promos
Yeah.
before I
They're
got
really cool.
distracted, and
Yep.
we just had another RLE. The UK
Heck
RLE just
yeah.
wrapped up,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
congratulations to Mr. Grant Padley
Yay, my
for
boy
winning.
Grant.
Previous
I got to live.
champion, showing again
I
that
got
he's still got what it takes.
I got to live vicariously through him because I'm in a chat group with him and Hardiman and Dan Austin,
Uh huh.
and so we were living vicariously through him through top 16, top 8, top 4, finals, and I go, oh boy, you made that last one real tough. He's like, I had no idea how I won that. So sometimes but people have been calling for Jiro's name forever, and she's
Hmm.
always been a bridesmaid and never a bride, but she's a bride now. She's
She is
won
the
something
bride
at least.
now. Yeah, he won
So
with Air Giro,
yeah, Air
which
Giro against a Order Fourth Kind, actually,
yeah.
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, dude, and with that, we actually got some of the data here on the site. Let's see if I can pull it up for us. I don't know, maybe not. Let's see where are we going. All right, here
I
we
know
go.
Order made a huge showing at this event. They had a Shigaraki 3, they had a
Yeah,
couple Fourth Kinds. It's crazy.
yeah. So,
Step 4 pushed it.
on our website, universusacademy.org, we kind of record and break down all of the metadata so far. And we try to keep it segmented just for the current season as well. So like it's not year round, other things like that. Like it's going to be the current version. Now clearly Ojiro 2, is the outlier here. You can see where he's had
Outlier.
six
Yeah.
appearances in top eights so far. These RLEs, and this also only counts top eight. I don't count anything below that because whatever, I don't care. Top eight is normally where the money shows, right? That's where it kind
Yeah.
of breaks and you
Yeah.
get more. So that's what I
Where
tend
the
to go
juice is
with.
worth the squeeze. Yeah.
Yeah, the juice was squeezed, right?
Yeah.
But man, after this weekend, you got Fourth Kind with 3 appearances and Jiro with 3 appearances. So both of them are tied for second right now as far as top
Yeah,
8
it's
appearances.
crazy.
Yeah. And then you got like Momo, and then you got a bunch of guys who have had 1 appearance so far, right? And then you look at the symbol representation, and of course you have Earth again as an outlier because of all the Ojiro decks.
Because of Ojiros,
So,
yeah.
if we were to go through and filter that out some, it would probably be a more reasonable number if you remove the Ojiros from, the post nerf.
Yeah,
But
post.
Order
Yeah.
coming in at second with 4. Dude, what has happened? Like, I've been
It's
talking
not
trash
up.
about Order since day
Yeah,
one.
dude. Yeah,
And
man, it's. I think set 4. It's got those Shigaraki foundations, man. Those vile seizing stuff like that.
yeah.
Super super good on a character like Fourth Kind because it's just like, well, I guess I'm gonna play this indiscriminate on like on a 4 as my 4th card, and
Yep.
then I'm going to hit this foundation that says your next check gets -2. And then I'm going to flip this foundation that says you have to make a check against a 7. If you don't pass that, I get to point and click 1 foundation down.
Yeah.
So this indiscriminate's coming for like half your life total, and you can't block it because you have no foundations. So I'm
Right.
just gonna just keep. I think it has like it's gotten like this perfect storm of. It's kind of like how kind of jumping ahead a bit, how we previewed like our set 5 character,
Hmm.
where it's and not a normal punch symbol. It's pieces of all these other symbols that
Right.
have punch themes. Now all these themes are finally coming together with these Shigaraki 3 cards, these set 4 cards that are just like the character. It doesn't matter who's on top. It's just these pieces that came out of set
Yeah,
4
they're just
kind of
mechanically
solidified
strong
it.
individual cards, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And then when you put enough good cards in a deck, eventually the deck ends up being good. It's kind of the thing
yeah,
right here,
yeah.
right?
The
Because
order good stuff is what we probably start calling it eventually. If it got
yeah,
enough of
yeah.
that.
If enough
Yeah,
characters off of order start doing well, then you can just say it's kind of
yeah.
order good stuff, right?
Order good
Um,
stuff. Yeah.
and most notably, like it's not relying upon the kick package, like which is
Correct.
historically what order has relied upon. So,
Hmm.
like, and then you have like life and air coming in with 3 representations in top 8 so far each as well. Which air doesn't really surprise me a whole lot. I think that symbol's been good for a while. It's just not normally
It's
like
on the
the
back.
best symbol. It's always like you're saying, kind
Really
of a
on the back.
bridesmaid.
I think it's on the back of Jiro for the most part. But yeah. But
Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
And then life doesn't really surprise me either. Momo has life on her. People
Homa,
still,
Toga, stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but here's the one that I do find really interesting as well, which is the hand size representation. So, like historically in the game, not as much since Jazzco era, but still
Yeah.
more times than not over the course of the history of the game, having a 7 hand size has been the key to victory, right? To going
Sure.
the distance. Dude, we've had 4 total 7-handers in top 8 so far across all these RLEs. We've
Really?
had
That's crazy.
we've had 15 6 hand size characters,
Yeah. Let's
and
go six hand size.
and
Six hand size
five
crew. Yeah,
five
the
five
hand
handers.
size thing. Well, you gotta think though, like most of the 5-handers in Jasco era, they cheat their hand size so bad. Like,
Sure, but
like they cheat their hand size super bad.
like
Like,
I guess to me, what
you
this
know,
kind of says is that the defensive pieces that we do have still aren't good enough to keep a 20 vitality character alive
alive. Yeah.
long enough to
True.
win games most of the time. Like there are some that can do it.
To be fair, I heard the Shigaraki 3 guy had to leave, so he gave away his win in top 4 or top 8
Mm,
to whoever.
yeah,
So I think the Shigaraki 3 player was the most feared player in the top cuts
hmm,
because the deck was running really 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 good and really hot, and it was super good, and it was just like it was just going right. It was
yeah, sure.
churning and stuff, and nobody wanted to play against it because I was talking to some people from over there, and they were like, yeah, that deck is insane, and that deck is just annoyance, and I have no idea how it wins. It's just a pile of crap, and it just wins because it just
It wins the same way that we were just talking
amazing.
about. You indiscriminate
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Like I mean,
yeah.
I watched that deck
Yep.
in its top 4, whatever matchup,
Yeah.
one of them, top 8, top 4, and that's what it did. And it just indiscriminates you. Like an indiscriminate's just a hell of a card.
Yeah.
But like I
Yep.
just think that like the truth behind the truth here, right, is that like these 6 and 5-handers are surviving. I think
Mhm.
because they can face tank
Longer.
more stuff.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
Very
how you
true.
have to play the game currently, and that doesn't mean that's the only way to play. It just means that 7-handers are having a harder time finding success in this version of the
Mhm.
game because
Yeah.
of that. And I think that's what you can take away from this. It doesn't mean if you play a 6-hander that you're gonna be more likely necessarily to make top cuts.
Yeah.
It just means
Yep.
that 6-handers are doing a little bit better because they can probably face tank and they have a little bit of fatter booties,
Yeah,
And yeah,
that was kind of funny because like at the beginning of the game it was Kirishima, a 5-hander, and then Asui as a 7-hander, like annihilating everybody, and then it was just like, hey, I won the event with the first 6-hander, like
right,
like with All Might, who's really an 8-hander.
yeah,
But it's just like, oh boy, it's like finally the 6-handers are on the board, and now it's just like 6-hand size, 5-hand size, because they can, like you said, they can eat a 10 damage attack early in the game and not feel that bad about it.
right. So it'll be interesting to see as things continue to progress, like
Mm-hmm.
how these I guess decks evolve as the season goes on. Normally as the season goes on, people figure out more ways to counter and survive through the kind of crazy damage that people will throw at them. So yeah, I mean, I think that the resurgence of the Momos and the Shigaraki type decks, things that are just trying to like control the pace of the game,
Mhm.
I think that's a testament to that. So it'll be interesting to see what new things pop up here at the Kansas
Kansas
City.
City RLE.
Yeah, RLE
Yeah.
is next, and then the
Yep.
online one. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be cool. I'm excited. Like we're kind of at that midpoint through the season because we got like
Mhm.
3 in front of us, and I think we got 3 behind us at this point.
Yeah.
So we got some good data, but it's still definitely not like a defined meta. Like I don't think,
Mhm.
especially since they nerfed Ojiro, I don't think that there's a definitive like, oh, this is the best deck in the format. This is the boogeyman.
No,
Look
I
out
don't.
for it.
Yeah, I don't think there is currently right now. I know there's some people who are saying Jiro, and Jiro should be the boogeyman because whatever. But Jiro's always been on someone's back burner because Jiro's
Well,
just Jiro. She's just a strong
well,
character.
like people
So
are just worried about these random decks, like the future is now Giro, because
yeah.
as of like the 19th, then the future is now is legal, May 19th that is, and with that, like she can just play that cannon blast at the end of a chain when she shouldn't be able to
Mhm.
play it, and like yeah, that's gonna come across for a bajillion, but hey guys, there's already answers to those actions, and
Yep.
spoilers, good doesn't have answers to your answers outside of a evil versus good, in which case
Yeah.
they have to somehow pass that on the crazy progressive difficulty. So like
Very true.
they don't actually have an answer to it is what I'm getting at. So,
Mhm.
like yeah, you need to be aware of that deck and you look out for it, but
Yep.
you know,
It's gonna be a
there's
good one.
yeah, it's sort of like the All Might deck. Like I didn't
Oh
show up at
yeah.
all at the UK event, did it? The All Might
Hardiman
True
played
Form.
it, and he got really, really bad luck, is
Okay.
what he said. To quote him, yeah,
Okay.
like he drew one attack too short in one game.
Mhm.
Some guy had a partial block when he really shouldn't have. Yada yada yada. He checked a 5 when you know, he checked a 2 when he needed a 5 on a kill turn or whatever. So
Gotcha.
there's just some bad. It was you. He got UFS'd. It just
Yeah, I
happens.
mean, like,
So
and like, so that's one of those decks that I feel like that's what should happen with that deck. Like,
yep.
it shouldn't run as hot as it seemed to be running for some people. And some of that's refinement, some of that's experience with the deck, and some of that's just
Mhm.
raw luck.
Yeah.
But like, that's a deck that, again, like, Andrew Holder put out a really good video talking about some
Mm.
answers to it, and just
Mhm.
kind of answers to some things in general that he had already found. And then, of course, was calling on the community to provide any additional answers. But like, he was pointing out, he's like, evade and copy trashes that deck, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're
Yeah. It
blocking
does.
on an
Yeah.
8, but
Yeah.
whatever. You're blocking
Whatever.
on an 8, and they
You're
can't win
not
the
dying.
game. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they
Yep.
don't know what else to do.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
like I think that like Plus Ultra is still a very real card. So I don't know. I think that there's a lot of these decks that like take an event by storm because people just
Yeah.
didn't know about it or they weren't expecting
Yeah.
it, and then you don't ever get to really take advantage of that again.
Well, like the perfect storm for that deck is no one playing stat resets, right?
Right, right.
So everyone, we were in this meta for so long where it's like, well, I got to chain block 4 things, so I'm not playing stat resets. Why am I playing stat resets? And then this deck comes in and turn 2s people with like 40 damage attacks. Well,
Right.
if I play short circuit as my like first foundation every turn, don't they just scoop because they have no answer to it unless they have unless they have
They got some
erased
answers to it. Like that's the
I mean,
problem,
they
right?
do. No, I mean, there's I mean, there are answers
Right,
to
right, right.
answers, but I'm just saying in general,
Yeah.
you're gonna need 2 answers to beat their answer. So it's just like,
Right.
so if you
And it
build
comes down to
2,
just
it's like,
who sees
or
what.
like the invade and copy play. It's like,
Yeah.
cool, I just
Oh yeah.
block you on an 8.
That's why I
turn
like the from
sideways,
hand answers. It does not have answers too. Like
Yeah, it
Plus
does not
Ultra
have
and Evade a
answers.
Copy, it can't do anything about it. And it's like,
Well,
well,
plus Ultra, it can use the Dobby card to stop you from playing actions. on
oh,
turn.
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So
I feel
evade
like-
copies the
Yeah.
real answer to it is like the real safe answer. I should say.
Sure. There's actual nothing they can do about it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, if that deck started dominating the meta, I was already building like a twice list, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
they can't
Like,
do anything about twice either. I'm like, take 2, all right.
Take 2, cool.
And then you
pass.
run build off a good. You run the photogenic
Yeah.
foundation for Mount Lady.
The only issue is then you have to deal with an All Might 3 deck that can probably still kill twice pretty easily. So because
I mean, whatever.
they'll sight into All Might 3, and so
That's
maybe
fine.
that's when you sight into something else to beat that All Might 3. Game
Oh,
within the
man.
game, my friend.
Yeah, but say I don't know if I'd worry about it that much. I feel like I would just build a generically good deck and just
Yeah.
plan on being able to beat All Might. I feel like if you can make an attack do 2 damage, when they need it to do more than 2 damage, you're probably gonna win games. But
Yeah, for sure.
his +2/+2 is just for fun and flavor. I don't think you actually ever get to
Yeah.
really do it. But
Yeah.
neither here nor there. Just
Yep.
just pointing out that the meta will evolve. People will build
Yeah.
tech for these things, and that's all I was trying to highlight. So yeah,
I had a PSC this weekend before we
cool.
get on to the next thing. Yeah, I played Momo for the Momo Yasurozu 1 off of Life.
Okay.
For the first time really ever in an event. Like I've dabbled a bit in like the early parts of the game and then got trashed by Kirishima 1 and I was like, I'm never playing her again.
Because that's what K1 did.
Because that's what K1 did. And I got milled out by K1 with her, so I was like, nope. And then so I basically ripped Nathan DeWalt's list without Ready, Get, Set, Goes, which I probably should have just played Vicious Mockery instead and just kept the actions in there. Lost in top 4 to
Ruthless Mockery.
What? Ruthless
Ruthless
Mockery, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time I was like Vicious Mockery.
Vicious Mockery is a D&D cantrip. But anywho, Vicious Mockery, because that would have came in handy a few
Ruthless
games.
Mockery.
Ruthless, whatever. It's Mockery. it's whatever. Church is gonna
the mockery.
He's gonna mock me for that.
Yeah.
Would have came in handy, I think, a couple times. I lost to a Mineta deck, Mineta 2 in top 4. I got stuck with a no face-up foundation in my card pool, in my staging area. Yep. So it was my first time playing the deck, man. Okay, come on. So, and I got to top 4 with it, and it was fun. The deck is a blast. I think she's right at my wheelhouse. She's like that defensive, mid-range, late-game, old school UFS deck that has a lot of million pieces, so I could see why Kevin Broberg and Travis and Nathan really dig her. You know, like how people really like the whole moving pieces. Like now she just doesn't like. I used to describe her set 1 as I'm spinning a bunch of plates.
Yep.
I don't know what to do with them, but I'm spinning them. And now she has actual like.
In set 1, she worked real hard to deal 6 damage with every attack.
Yeah, that
now
was hard.
she does not have that problem.
No, she doesn't have that problem at all.
Yeah.
But like I really liked the Pigeon Flock Wild Pussycats engine. So like I was able to dig for foundations, and I think in my final top 4 game I dug too much and I got milled out because I dug too much. Because my opponent was playing a 69 card deck and I was only playing a 64 card deck, so I had cycled twice before he cycled once. So yeah, it was like one of those games. So yeah.
And you're removing foundations to pull cards back, so accelerating that way. That happens,
so it was a learning process. So him and River, George, Zhang, and River both got their invites as 1 and 2 because we had 20 people.
Nice.
And River won overall with Sato off of Order. So we've been dealing with an Order deck at locals for months now.
Okay.
So yeah.
There you go. That Order symbol is popping up everywhere.
Yeah, Order's popping up everywhere. But yeah. So our next one's in June. So looking forward to playing in that. And
I've got
my invite then.
I've got 2 on the horizon. We got our next one at our store that I'll run is on the 20th, and then we got another one at a neighboring store that I hopefully get to play in on I think it's like the 28th or something like that, 27th, 28th, somewhere around there. So yeah, I got to figure out what I need to play because I still got to try to get that Nats invite, and I got to like I'm not gonna lie to you, I got like 6 or 7 decks built right now.
Sick.
Yeah, dude. I even bought some more sleeves last time I was at the store just so I could build another deck. Yeah.
Oh man,
it's a problem.
You got serious deck building problems, and not in a bad way, in a good way.
Right. Like I'm not, and I'm only sharing a couple of cards. Like I think Chivalrous Competitor is like a card that I have to share between decks and stuff like that. So like that always just feels good, right? Like someone wants to play, I'm like, hey, here's a deck, let's play. So I'm trying to figure it out. Like part of me just really wants to commit to Eraserhead 1 and just finally actually learn to play him. But man, it's sort of like you were describing earlier with like Momo and set 1. Like every time I play that deck, I would just get trashed. I was like, this is so upsetting. Like I can never kill anyone. Like deal damage in chunks of 6 and never kill anyone. So I keep trying to find ways to do damage, and I just keep going back to that stupid kick package off of Void, and I'm like, this does not get it done. So
punches may be the way to go now off of all. I know Levi's been pretty high on that.
Yeah. All right. So I've got a All Might, a Smash Might deck that I'm pretty big on right now. It's probably, in all honesty, it's probably playing way too fair and being honest UFS or Universus. But I really enjoy it. Like the deck is cool. Yeah. It's a lot of fun to play.
There's something to be said about playing a deck you have reps in and enjoy. So there is solace from that at least.
I mean, like honestly, like if I had to pick a deck right now, it'd either be that one or else my Midoriya 2 deck
Yeah.
that I've been playing for a long time, and take one of those two because they both can like randomly do enough damage to get you like on 2 or 3 sometimes,
Yeah.
but they can also like go the long game. Like
Long
I
game.
played that
Yeah.
Midoriya into a recovery girl one time, and I just ended up flipping all of her foundations face down, and I was like, "What you gonna do? You build one in? Let's flip that one too. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Guess your deck doesn't do anything." Like,
Yeah. You just
so
pass checks now, bro. Thanks.
yeah,
You know.
it felt pretty good because that was a tough matchup.
Oh, I bet.
But
I
he also
bet.
kind of solves the problem of like you have to hit her hard. Well, he
Uh-huh.
hits her for like 8 to 9 damage every hit. So
8 to 9, 10 damage, yeah, depending on what you play, yeah.
yeah, so
That's sick.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
But
I got Kansas City in 2 weeks
mhm.
from this weekend. I am either All Might 3, Midnight, or yeah, probably one of those
You're not
two.
gonna stick with Momo?
Man, I don't have enough reps with that
That's
deck.
fair.
I mean, the deck is fun. Like, I think I'm gonna keep it as a fun locals deck, which doesn't make any sense because she's not really a fun locals deck. She's a tryhard deck, but I enjoy playing her,
Mhm.
but like, I'm not that great at the deck where my
Sure.
local opponents can take advantage of. Well, you screwed up, you die, or
Right,
whatever, you know.
right.
So, and it's fun learning how to play a deck. Like I've always wanted to play that character, so because that character really like I loved Cassie Cage in the old game, and she kind of has Cassie Cage-ish vibes. So yeah, don't shake your head at me. That character, I'm a huge Cage fan. Johnny Cage, Cassie Cage, Sonya Blade, all the whole family. They're
I
great.
knew I knew in my heart that we were never actually friends. It's just now you confirmed why.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I legitimately hate Cassie Cage. That deck was awful.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
I hate everything about the design of that character down to what it does, and I
Yeah.
don't care about the character in MK, like whatever.
Yeah. No, but see, I'm coming from a Mortal Kombat
Okay, like, I
fan.
mean, like Johnny
So
Cage is a
that's what
fun
I'm saying.
character. Like he is
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
fun character in Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
concede that. I didn't hate his character cards at any point
Yeah.
in the card game, but Cassie Cage,
Yeah.
nah, she
Cassie, I know Cassie Cage got some vitriol. I know, I get
yeah
it.
yeah, just no love,
But
no love for that
but
character.
like I like the building and moving stuff around in my stage. I'm a big fan of that. So
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, I feel you, and I know a lot of
But
people are. Like, I'm just not a huge
mhm.
fan of like the card pool. Like, I never have liked the whole design of like, hey, I'm gonna stuff foundations into my card pool, and then I'm gonna do stuff with those foundations to then pull those
Yep.
down, or I have to combo off a foundation. It's like, and that does not even remotely reflect that it's not good design or it's not cool or fun.
Yeah. I
It's just
get you.
for
I
me, I'm
get
just
you.
like, I don't like this. This is clunky. This is dumb. I don't like this. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to press button, get bacon. I don't want to have to press button, do calculus, then get bacon. Even if the bacon's like extra crispy and better, like
Oh,
so.
fair, fair.
Um,
It's okay.
but
But yeah, so it's between one of those two. Um, like my my midnight deck is missing two cards to be completely foiled, so I may
ooh, what two?
just play requesting assistance XRs. I need two of them.
Oh man, okay, yeah, I don't have those.
Ben Lambright traded me 3 first edition XR Summon Dark Shadows for a pile of ultra rares and 2 RLE zero gravity lifts.
3. I have one. Together we have a whole
Yeah.
set.
He traded me 3 of them. I'm like, hey, what do you want for this? He's like, let me see your binder. He started ripping cards out, and I go, I like that's not enough to equal that. He's like, we'll work it out. And I go, hey, you want my 2 extra 0 gravity lifts that I don't need a full set of because I have my 2 that I want? And he's like, that's $40 in my favor. I'm like, I don't care, Ben. You've handed me cards without question. So what's cards between friends? Like I
Yeah,
said, I'm cool. You're happy. I'm happy. I'm cool with that.
yeah.
So I'm missing two requesting assistance. That whole deck is foiled, and that's the reason why and I have 4 XR Somnambulisms. I only play 3 in the deck in
Huh.
the sideboard,
I've
but
got. I think
4
I got two
XRs of
XRs
that.
of it. Oh
Yeah,
damn!
that card. Yeah, that deck, and then
It looks good
I'm
XR.
not everything is XR'd. Like I got a XR Home Run Comet, a Pigeon Flock. Yeah, everything else, like there's some like it's foil. That's all I
Yeah,
have to say.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
shiny.
yeah. It's shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
We like shiny things,
Yeah.
So and it's midnight, so we gotta take care of the ladies.
So what I normally do is whenever I build a deck that I know is like just like a super casual for funsies deck, I'm like,
Yeah.
we're gonna put every XR and every alt
Oh,
art promo
oh,
in here because this deck's gonna be trash, but it's gonna look good.
I am playing 3 extra credit releases and 2 extra credit irrefutables in the deck. Yeah.
Nice.
So they look They look really
It looks
nice.
good. They look
It looks
good.
super good. Yeah, it looks really nice. Yeah, not gonna lie. So it's between that and I've always have an All Might 3 on hand. So
Sure.
All Might 3 has never really steered me wrong. So I don't know. It's probably gonna be a morning up thing. I know that we're going to a baseball game the Friday night beforehand. Me, Keith, Holder, Corey,
Okay.
Garrett, I think, and Jose. I think that's there may be a couple others, but
Yeah.
the Kansas City Royals are playing the Nationals Friday
Okay.
night, and Tim's getting his tickets, and we're gonna pay him back. I'm gonna buy him food. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Like
Okay.
Tim, here's $30 in food. Eat it. I want to see you eat all this food.
Eat the pile of
He's a
food.
tiny man. I don't know if he can, but he's tiny. So,
I bet
but
he's
no,
one of those
like,
dudes who like actually puts food down. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
he has just
Oh
like
yeah, I've
crazy
seen him. Yeah.
metabolism. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm excited to do non-card game things with the boys. Like
Right.
when sure, fun and games Friday, Saturday we got the RLE, but like Friday night, I think that's gonna be a good excursion and just good time fellowshipping with people. And I'm
Yeah,
really
man.
excited to see some people I haven't seen in a while. JJ, you're one of them. And
Yeah.
so yeah, it's too bad you can't make it because you have a house.
Yeah. Yeah. I got life stuff.
Yeah, I know it happens.
Yeah.
So I know,
But
but
maybe the life stuff's going to calm down. But like I said, we're almost at summer break. Like that's why I'm kind of
yeah,
really wanting to know
that's
about season 2 because I'm like season 2 I might be
yeah.
able to do something maybe,
Yeah,
but we'll see.
yeah.
But yeah, man. Well,
Cool. I
what
don't know.
else? Like
I think
set 5.
Set five's coming out. We have previews all over the place.
Right, yeah. So set 5 right now. We're in the thick of preview season. So Jazzco previewed Overhaul and Mirio and their full kits from their starter decks, and then now has transitioned to content creator previews.
Yeah.
By the time you've seen this, hopefully you've already watched our preview where we showed you our character as well. If you haven't, check out that video after you finish this one, and
Please do.
yeah, and make sure to check out those previews. And
Yeah.
there's a ton of other content creators that are posting
Yeah.
them. So many that honestly I have not been able to keep up with it. People just keep posting stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. So like it's kind of this neat experience of like they didn't give a definitive like you have to post it on this date, but rather just a range that you could post it within.
Okay. Okay.
So like that's led to some interesting experiences, right? And I'll be interested to see if they do that moving forward or what, because like everyone could have just posted it on the first day, right?
First day.
And some people did. It was just like, hey, first day, boom, here we go. But then others are slowly, probably making their thing, figuring out how they want to do it, and trickling out the information accordingly. So
And
yeah,
the
it's kind of cool.
amounts of cards are different too. Certain people, only certain content creators have a couple cards, and then
Oh, okay,
some
sure.
people. Because I know, like, was it as of today, Ty posted 2 cards of the Chronosphere guy or whatever his name was,
Okay.
and then like Sam Ace Maneuvers had 2 cards, and but like Tam, Levi, us, we had almost full kits.
Yeah.
Tim had full kit. So I don't know. Maybe they're just spreading out, and then I know they're
Yeah.
doing the design team is Twitter bombing stuff too.
Okay, cool.
So they're releasing things at the same time. So you kind of have to be on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, and someone who's only on YouTube and Discord doesn't get to see them all. So please send this old man messages. Make
I'm
them
on all the
work-friendly.
things, so don't worry. They've got my number.
Work friendly. Yeah,
Um,
church has been helping me out. He sends me stuff if I don't, because he
You
knows
missed
I'm
it.
old. So
Yeah,
if I miss it.
and it's pretty cool though. Like it's neat to see kind of the grassroots effect of it, right? Like, hey,
Yeah.
people are randomly talking about this now. Oh, hey, you didn't see this? Oh, yeah, so and so posted this. Like that sort of thing. And that's really cool. And and shout out to Jazzco. Like I greatly appreciate. We greatly appreciate the fact that we were included in that process.
Yep.
Like
Yeah, it's a blast.
it's always fun to do and kind of like share that with the community and get to have that joint experience. And like that's something that again we appreciate. So thank you. Our character was awesome, and we're
It
both
was flippin' sweet.
yeah, we're both ready to check that guy out. So
I'm ready for some glorious battles.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited for set 5. And we don't even know like over half of it. I feel like at this point, right? Like we've seen.
I think we've seen like what 6, 7 characters at most.
Something
maybe?
like that, yeah. And there's supposed to be like what
Yeah.
18 or something crazy.
18. Yeah.
So like, there's a ton we haven't seen yet. And hopefully, the whole set ends up being like another kind of like, I don't know, like what would you say right now has been the best isolated set? Set 1?
I would probably say set. It goes 1, 4, and then 2.
You skip over 3?
3 doesn't count because it's like a supplemental set.
I don't know, man. I'd say 3 is better than 2, but that's just me.
Well, no, I mean, if you're ranking them, it would
Yeah.
go 1, 4, 3, 2.
Okay.
But 3 I consider a supplemental set because of the way it's designed.
Sure, it's a lot of
only
like small
it's
kids.
a back page.
Yeah.
It's a back page set.
Sure.
So it did give us some great cards.
Right, right,
right. But if you want to go like on like isolated sets, it's 1, 4 than 2. But yeah.
Okay.
But 5's looking pretty good. Like 5's looking like a set 1 or 4 thing.
And that's kind of why I was asking the question, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm curious to see like how it ends up. Like, does it end up being another set 2? Hopefully not. I don't think anyone
No,
at the end of the day.
I don't think anyone.
Like,
I don't. Yeah.
Like, and what's crazy is like set 2 has some crazy powerhouse cards like Faith Shield, Back Alley Haymaker. These cards that people talk about all the time.
Double jab pummel.
Yeah.
You see this card should be banned videos about these cards.
Right, right. But
it's
overall,
crazy,
as a set, people like just always hate on it, and they're not wrong. Like in that way, like overall, it's been, I'd say, the least exciting set.
Yeah.
It was exciting because it was
like you said.
It was exciting because it was the new set at the time, right?
Yes.
But in hindsight, you can realize like, okay, not so much as much as we wanted compared to like set 3 or set 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Like I hope that set 5 kind of continues to ride that momentum. If it can capture the lightning of a set 1 again, that'd be really awesome. We've seen a lot of really cool stuff so far, so maybe it can.
Yeah, like I think if it's on par with set 4, I think it's where you probably are good. Like if it's set 4 or above, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I'm excited to see what all they end up bringing to the table.
Man, I'm just like my wallet is crying. It's just like it just wants all of the cards. It wants all of the cards, man. Like I'm not complaining I'm not complaining because this is a nice problem to have because
for real.
I remember in the old days where we were set starved for periods.
You get one set a year at best.
If even sometimes. Like there were periods where we went like 12 to 13 months without cards.
Right.
So they had to unrotate cards because we weren't getting
just
cards.
To have new stuff in, yeah.
Just to have new stuff, yes. So I am fine with this,
right?
But, it's a we'll
this
see what happens.
This is a winner's problem, right? Like the game is doing well. They're releasing more product. They're on schedule with development, and we're just
it's first world problem.
Yeah, exactly. And and I say that like all right, like so like the class reunion kits, right? Those are coming out soon, and we also have a video for those. So if you haven't checked those out, make sure to check that out. You'll probably enjoy it. And with that, like those are kind of a new product they've never tried before, right? It's kind of like the idea of like a fat pack from other games, things like that. A way for you to get some promos and some booster packs and some other kind of collectible things. And yeah, like dice and tokens, sleeves, all that sort of jazz, right? But the DLC is gone. Like as of set 5, there is no more DLC. So like the question becomes like, is this like an annual kind of product that kind of supplements where you would have been getting DLC kind of money from a business standpoint is what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah,
like so like we're just going to have sets and then we're going to have this fat pack each year, like this class reunion thing, or is this a one and done kind of thing? And it'll probably depend on how well it does. But yeah, like I think that if you keep it in the framework of DLC is gone, which is hard to do because we just bought DLC, then I think it becomes more manageable because then it's just sets and then this reunion thing.
Yeah.
They've also announced that, the starter deck change is happening to where you're going to get 2x of it instead of 1x. So you only need to buy half as many starter decks now.
Those are also MSRP'd at $13.99. I was confirmed last Wednesday at my store.
Really?
Yes.
So those people charging $18 are just trying to get an extra $5?
Maybe.
I don't know. A little extra Lincoln in the pocket,
I guess.
Wait,
but like my store's like, $13.99 is what it comes out to, and I'm like, sick. I'll take 2 overhauls now, please.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
I'll get my Mirios later, but yeah.
Oh, we're buying 2 of each day one, man. What you talking about?
Oh yeah, I mean, like for that price, why not? Like that was the cost of one rival box. For the most part.
Right.
Yeah.
So like,
and now you don't. To be fair, you don't get your random ultra rare, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. You still get foiled cards.
Yep.
Because they have showed off those on the Facebook page. So and they look amazing. Backyard Beatdown or whatever it's called. Power. It looks flipping awesome.
Right.
So
Yeah. So like, I think that when you consider those changes and the fact DLC
Hmm.
is gone,
Yeah.
excuse me, I'm sorry.
Bless you.
Um,
Everybody gets one.
yeah, I think. Thank you.
You're
But
welcome.
I think that the reality is that over the course of a year, you're probably
Yeah.
spending less now.
Less. Yeah.
Like
For the
because
most
like
part. Yeah.
the reality is like you're not gonna buy class reunion kits until you get 4x every card, and if you do, you spent a lot of money
A
doing
lot of
that.
money. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so like with I don't know. I think that by the end of the year, once they have established whatever the new model is without DLCs, I think it actually is going to be probably better on your
Better in
wallet.
the long run. Sure.
But this year it's going to be a little tougher because you had DLCs for the first half of the year, and you had class reunion
Now,
kits,
Clash
and you still
Reunion.
had the sets.
Yeah.
So
Yep. I wonder if if they get rid of the. There's always been a big stink about the mechanically unique promo thing
mm-hmm.
in like those types of class reunion packs or the
Yeah.
DLCs and stuff like that. Since getting rid of the DLCs and how they got a lot of backlash of the first class reunion,
Mm-hmm.
if we go like if we get one of these class reunions one every 4 sets, which kind of makes sense if we
Mm-hmm.
do it like one every 4 sets. Um, if it's just alt arts, I think if they move it to just alt arts, I don't think people are mad at missing or buying a product of that price point. So, but
Yeah.
again, it all depends if the alt arts will actually sell.
Right, but I said what
So
value you have to pick the right altar. It has to have the other stuff in it. Like one even further,
yeah,
like
it
so
does. Yeah.
this kind of product, like you get the tokens, you get the dice, right? Like those are really
Yep.
cool. Well, they're really cool the first what two you buy or so, and then after that you have enough that you don't really need anymore. And
Yeah.
at that point, like next year, are you going to include those same things? Because if
Yeah.
so, I don't really need that one. I'm just going to buy the lesser one, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's why they probably have two different models. Like they might got had
Hmm.
that. So I don't know, man. I think that's fine. I think again, alt
Yeah.
arts are something that they're continuing to explore. That seem like a great
Yeah.
way to both
I mean,
provide content
it's their
and
first try. I mean, I kind of give them a pass on the first try.
yeah,
Just they want to see how it goes, and
yeah,
and we've talked offline that there's just way too much packaging in it. So if they shrunk it a bit, maybe you can maybe lop like $5 to $10 off of it just because of
maybe
shipping.
so. Yeah,
Yeah, and then
fit
but
more in that box.
I mean, how give us one of each promo. There
Yeah.
you go. Give us one. If you're gonna do mechanically unique promos, give us one of each.
Dude, hear
And
me
then
out. What if they
yeah,
did something kind of like the Platinum, Capcom Platinum series,
I
where
mean, I'm down. 'Cause that's just alt arts.
yeah, but here's what I'm saying. So if you did it once a year, what if you released an alt art of every character card that came out during that year?
That's what we've been saying. Why do we not have alt art characters
But
instead of alt art?
but like think about like you buy. The
Yeah,
thing is, it's a one-time purchase for
yeah,
everybody. Like you'd have to put
yeah.
something else that they need more than one copy of.
More than one
Um,
copy of. Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
like that could be something kind of cool too. Like and again, it may work fine the way it is right now, mechanically unique cards. But if it doesn't, and people continue to push back on it, I mean, like people love they play their character the entire game. Like
Hmm.
I built a Giro deck just recently, not because Grant just won with it. I had it built before that.
Oh, because you
But
had the RLE.
because I had the
hero.
RLE when I was like, she looks so
Yeah,
cool. I just want to play this. I made a
yeah,
Shoto 2 list because I was like, this Shoto looks so cool. I just want to play this. So I think those have a lot of power and the characters in particular.
hmm
One other thing that I wanted to mention with Set 5 before we call it a night here
yeah. That's fine.
is that the secret rares, they've told us how there's 6 now or whatever. But the
Hmm.
chrome rares, apparently it got confirmed that the chrome rares are
Are
attacks.
Yes, I heard that.
All
Yeah.
right, so you ready for them? This is just the Matt Wild speculation. Are you ready for them to be 6 chrome rare, secret rare attacks? Like,
Oh God, I hope not. Yeah,
woo!
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. Well, because like they've already confirmed that all the chrome rares from set 3 are thicker, so you
Oh.
couldn't even play those in a deck. Like you can't use chrome rares in your deck because they're thicker. They've already said that.
Oh,
Like
that
they have to be
sucks.
your starting character.
Yeah.
They can't be a buddy block.
Oh, okay.
So
Sure.
if the chrome rares are still the same treatment, you can't play those in. You cannot play those in.
That feels
Your
real
deck.
bad. I mean, it would feel bad to play one, I feel like, anyway, but it's going to feel even worse. Like,
I mean, the way I shuffle, you don't want me touching chrome rare,
Like,
man. That
my-
thing would be curved.
yeah, that's true. I've handed you a deck before.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, we'll see how it plays out. I just feel like making them
Yeah.
attacks is a misstep. Like, why not just characters, man?
Yeah,
Like,
I know. It's just they're trying something new. Hey
I
man,
know.
I don't fault them for trying new stuff, you
Yeah.
know. So,
Never know until
you
you try,
know,
right?
yeah, and then you fail, and then you get backlash, and then you just fix it,
And then you
and
learn
that's
from
just
it.
the way
Yeah,
it is. And
for sure.
then you just make alt arts and alt art characters, and everyone's happy.
Woo, woo.
You know.
All right,
Yep.
man. Well, hey,
Can
is there anything
you
else that we have not talked about that you need to cover real quick?
That all the alt arts, because we still need alt art cheerleader character cards. So like Momo, Mina, Ochako, all of them. And then you can do all of the other people who competed in the sports festival and their sports festival costumes. There we go. Thank you. I am done.
All right, he's good. All
Hey,
right, guys. Hey,
more
thanks for
episodes
joining
of
us.
our podcast, please, and thanks for supporting us and do the algorithm things.
Yeah, comment down below, like, subscribe, algorithm things. You know how it goes.
I think we're gonna try to do a 2 old heads, 1 deck coming up soon.
Yeah, we're gonna. It's definitely something that
you
we
know?
got positive feedback on, so we're definitely making some more of those.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, definitely. I know that some people have said they want to see some Magni, they want to see some other things. We also want to do our character we saw for set 5. So,
Magni, whew. Someone
Yeah.
was like,
I
"Hey,
think
I want to
that
crank it up to max difficulty. Let's go."
I think that would be max difficulty. I think that's like episode 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It might not be episode 2.
That's like the
so.
challenge episode. You know what I'm saying? Like after
That
we
is-
have so many episodes, we're like, all right, guys, this is getting boring. Someone give me
Getting
something
boring.
challenging to do. And they're like,
Challenge, let's do
Magni.
it.
And we're like, whoa, I didn't say I'm insane. But yeah. Either
sure.
way, thanks, guys. It's been great. We love you. Keep listening. You know, I apologize to all of our podcast only listeners. I suck. I haven't actually learned the whole process of how to rip these and get these onto the podcast yet. I'm still going to get that taken care of and hopefully backlog them for you. If not, there'll be a new starting point. So thank you for bearing with us, for listening to us on the YouTubes, because that's all I know how to do because I'm a simple man. I guess I don't know. So thanks again, guys.
Once you learn, it's super easy, trust me.
Yeah, that's what everyone tells me. And then I'm just like, oh yeah, I got to find time to do that. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. So
It's okay. It's fine.
Hey, y'all have a good one. Thanks for
Have a
joining
good
us.
night, everyone.
We'll catch you later.
See you later.